Welcome to my live of today. Let's learn together. We have 44 people watching this live, and I know these are the real human beings, not the chatbots. So please try to answer this question. At least write a number here. We all here to learn from each other. Now we have 53 people watching this live. David, David saying something in I think it's not in English. Here is another question. Let's try to answer it. We have 207 people watching this transmission. Please don't afraid to answer the question. There is no one here to judge anyone. Just try to write a calculated answer if you don't know the exact answer. Mama Geomath 26 says it's 40. 40 seems to be a sensible answer, but I can see that people are coming up with so many answers: 152, 19, 40, 76, 96. Nahom Tamrat comes up with 96, 41. Mark Rains coming up with 41. Amiraj says 96. Amiraj says hi. Hello Amir, how are you? Mark comes up with 50. There are so many answers. People are coming up with so many answers. And I suppose that they might have their own reasons, they might have their own calculations. Mama Juma says question plus previous answer. Yes, this seems to be a sense to me also. Now Mark comes up with 40. Mark is asking what is the answer. Let's see the people coming up with their answers. I will tell you the answer after some time. Unu Johnson says 96, and there is some I don't pronounce, I can't pronounce it. I think it's a Russian guy saying 40. Claudia Picardo says 96. Now we have another answer. Giovanna saying 29, but I can't figure out how it is 29. Giovanna, can you please tell here? Betzeda says 40. Claudia Picardo said hi. Hi Claudia, how are you? Where are you from, Claudia? And I suppose you are a student. Now Giovanna says 19. Giovanna, it's not a simple math question. It's actually math puzzle. You have to come up with the answer based on the pattern in the above three equations. Here is maybe a Chinese guy saying 96. Matt Gibbons says 96. Y McKinnon says 40. Mama Math showing thumbs up, I think, to Matt Gibbons, who gave the answer of 96, I suppose. Are you from China, Mr. Chinese? Sorry, I don't know where you from. Can you please tell where you from? Now Naveen saying 33, another different answer. Real estate assistant saying 40. Yeah, you are from Taiwan. Thank you very much. Here is a person whose name is Abu. Abu says 96. Real estate assistant saying hi. Real estate assistant, are you actually an agent or assistant in real estate business? Muhammad the say 40. Burst 666 says 40. If you ask me, I am more inclined towards 40. Also, other answer may make sense based on the calculation. If someone can give us here, is my soul right or not? Samantha says 92. Another different answer. I will tell you the answer after some time. More and more people are coming up with different answers. So let's them give the answer first. Uros says 96. Krishna Kiran says 40. 40. Teleporto says 96. If you people like this live session, please hit the like button and also subscribe my channel so that you can get notification of my future lives and other videos. Emma Preppy says 92. Yes, it's better if you can give your calculation here how you reached 40 so that other people can learn something. Collie Yamik said 40, and this I don't know, a Russian guy says 40. Vijay Kumari says 0. I think he mistakenly typed 0. Connor Shamal says 96. Dilavar Zala says 96. Dilavar. Dilavar, are you from? Where are you from, Dilavar? I did not get 9,000 subs because no one can get subscriber by himself. It's the people who click the subscribe button and get subscribed to any channel. So it's people who have subscribed my channels 9,020 something, I think the exact number. The guy from Taiwan says there is three ways to get answer. They are all work. But people have come up with, I think, 6 to 8 different answers. And as far as I can see the chat above, everyone has its own reasoning. So I think there may be 6 to 8 different answers in this chat to this question. Some people have told me today that YouTube is running advertisement during this live session, which is closely related to the education stuff. I think maybe web designing, maybe something about accounting education or IT education. That's so. If any one of you is experiencing advertisements from YouTube which is related to the study stuff, please let me know. What's your name? There is someone who asking where are you from. I can't spell your name. What's your name? Can you tell? Can you write it in English? Unnava Balarama Krishna Murthy says 96. Now we are converging on a point. Sean Vize says, I just look at the numbers and try to find a pattern, a sequence. Obviously, 2 plus 5 is not 12, so I did not see the point in multiplying. But that is the strong point which says that the answer, the most close answer is 40 and not the 96, because in the first equation 2 plus 5, in the second equation 2 plus 5 is not equal to 7. No, Mr. Taiwan, I am not from India, but I like Indian students. I have seen many Indian students in last some time. They all are very good at mathematics. They all are very good at math puzzles. I have many friends from India. I have many students from India. Students in the sense that they come to my live session, they share their thoughts, they share their answers. Melina says it's 40. 40 is the closed answer, is the most relevant answer to me. But you can see above that most of the people are coming up with different answers: 40, 96, 19, 52. Someone said 90 also, 56. So I suppose everyone has its own logic, and I would be happy to have your logic if you can write your logic in the chat box. Now Mr. Taiwan guy says 24. 24. How it can be 24? Can you write here? Sarcasm Gaming says 96. Saryaz. Saryaz. Have I pronounced your name correctly, Saryaz? And hello, by the way, welcome to the live session. That is 12. No, Mr. Taiwan, guys, I think you are a nutty person here. You are trying to create some humor because it's a very serious subject, so people don't usually make some fun here. So it's a good try. If you want to add some fun in the chat in this live, you are very welcome. You can do here. I tell you one thing, that when I first posted this question, I knew that the correct answer of this IQ test is 40. But people were coming up with lots of answers to this question. Just like Benjamin Zurita says 96. Once I counted in that particular live session that around 250,000 viewers were there, at least 15 different answers were given. Someone said 40, someone said 96, some people said 90, 52, 56, 19, 42, 100 something. So I remember that there were at least 12 to 15 different answers. Mr. Taiwan says, is there just one solve way? Look, the problem with this question, as you can see in the chat box, that there are many different answers. Each one has its own reasoning. But the problem for me, for everyone here, is that if any person says a particular answer, he does not give his reasoning. So if you say it's 41, so I can't understand why it is 41 unless that person writes his calculation here. So as far as I understand this question, as far as I know the answer, in my opinion, the closest possible answer to this question is 40. But let's see. It's very fun. It's always a fun whenever I post this question that people are coming up with their answers. Some people give their reasoning, and there is a healthy debate. After that debate, many people change their answers. If someone said 40, he ended up with 96. Sarvan Kumar says 96. If Sarvan Kumar can write its calculation how he got to 96, then it would be more understandable. Shifa Muhammad says 40. Surviving behind liberal lines. It's a quite long name. Says 96. Shan Vijay says, well, I see that there are 2 or 3 persons, including Shan, who writes its calculation here. H. Muhammad Nadeem says 40. Shifa Muhammad says, what is the answer by Shifa? What you at 40? Shifa, I am with 40 because I believe that 40 is the closest answer. But if you read the chat above, people have written many different answers. Taiwan guy says sub done. Thank you, brother. Thank you. H. Muhammadin I think H. Muhammad Nadeem is replying to Shifa Muhammad. Gray Black says hi. Hi Gray, how are you? Where are you from, Gray? Yeah, Shan, you have shown. I appreciate that. If other people can also write their calculations, then it would be easy for us, for all of us, to understand, to reach an understanding that there may be more than one answer to this question. Gray Black says 80. Let's look at this guy, people. 80 is the another answer. And I believe that Gray must have its own calculation, its own reasoning. Crick News says 32. Crick, can you make us understand how you have come up with 32? Danior Salanov says hi. Hi Danior, how are you? Adil says 40. Crick News writes 12 minus 5, 7. 21 minus 12 is equal to 9. Then what is the answer of the last equation, Crick News? If you people if you people like this live session, please click the like button and also subscribe to my channel. I come up live session on daily basis. So if you subscribe the channel, you will get notification each time whenever I get live. And I mostly do the live sessions with mathematics, simple questions, math puzzles, investment related MCQs, accounting related MCQs. So my stuff is education, 100% education. Crick News says please answer. Click News, you please wait for some time. I am giving up the answer. I am giving my answer here. But people are coming up with so many different answers. So Look at their answers. Let's look at their calculations. There's possibility that there may be more than one answer to this question. John Gerard says 33. Now look at this. Another different answer here. Polana also saying 40. Sayyida Faiza says 40. Sayyida Faiza, but there are many people in this live session who are saying different answers. So it would be easy for us to understand how you have got 40. If you can write your calculation here. Holy Worship Center says hi. Hello, Holy Worship Center. How are you, brother? Where are you from? Sayyida Faiza says you say answer. My answer is also 40. But if you read the chat above, there are many people. There are many answers to this question. Many people say it's 96. Holy Worship Center says explain this please. Yeah, Shan has come with another way. That's why I am requesting to all of you people to write your calculation here, to write your reasoning here, so that the other people can understand your answer. Now, as far as I know the one way. I actually knew the one way to reach the 40. But Shan has come up with the second way to reach the 40. Yeah, that may be. Sayyida Faiza says just add the final answer and also add the numbers shown. Final answer is yeah, that may be the way to reach 40. Yes. Shan says still lost on how you got 96. Shan, now this is the thing that the person giving 96, if he can write his calculation here. Jamshed says 40, Shahla Saeed says 40, Stephen Vita says 96. Now, Stephen is the first person, I suppose, in this live session who has written his calculation here, in which we can clearly say that he has used multiplication. But the problem is that there is no multiplication in the question. But there was no multiplication shown in that question. Abu says 42. Abu, can you please write how you have reached 42 so all other people can understand? It's I always try to make this live session as a participative one in which if you have written your answer, you must also write your calculation. Shan says no, but I like the puzzles and look for a pattern, a sequence in the numbers when they don't add up. Yeah, it's always interesting to solve such questions. I also like this type of you know puzzles very much because it shakes up our brain. It helps keep running our brain. Shan says 42 is the answer. Shan, the same goes for you. If you could please tell us how you have calculated 42 so that other people can understand. Stephen KP says, hi Stephen, how are you, bro? Where you from? Stephen KP says 42, but the rest of the sentence I can't understand. It's not in English. Stephen, can you understand English? Nazira S says option A. I think you have written Nazira. Am I right? Benjamin Zurita says 42. Go Boys for Life says A. A, I think you people are referring to the options A. Option A. Satoru Gojo says it's A. Easy bro. Satoru, where you from and what do you do? Can you tell us? Here is Ki- Kichiu. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce your name correctly. 42. Look, guys, you need to at least write some explanation of your answer. Your answer might be correct, but this is not the exam paper. I am not the examiner who needs to know the correct answer. It's an educational platform. I want everyone to understand the problem. So it would be helpful for us if you can write your logic, your reasoning, your calculation here in support of your answer. Laws, Rob Laws says 42. Where you from, brother? Now we have North Dekanath with option A. Your answer might be right, guys, but if you could please write the calculation here, if you could write the reasoning here, how you reached 42, it would help other people, it would help other 108 people who are currently watching this live session to understand. I have noticed that many people who join this live session just join it to learn something. They don't have some math background or some accounting background or some investment background. They just come here to learn something. So if you have written the correct answer and you can write the calculation or you can write the explanation in support of your answer, it would be easy, it would be helpful for those people, and it also possible that they might develop some interest in mathematics, so it can help anyone in their career if you write your reasoning here. Now what is happening in this question, is in this puzzle? Let's try to find out. On the top of the equation is 2 is equal to 2. Now we go to the second equation, 3 is equal to 6. Now if we go to the third, it is 4 is equal to 12. So pattern appears here that we multiply the number on the left side of the equal sign to the number of the left uh, hand side of the above equation. So 2 is 2 multiplied by 3 is equal to 6, then 3 multiplied 4 is equal to 12, and 4 multiplied 5 is equal to 20, 5 multiplied 6 equal to 30, and finally 6 multiplied 7 32. So that's the answer, that is the explanation, which I believe if 100 people still currently watching and they don't know how we have reached 42, it's easy for them to understand. let's answer this new question. I think it's some Japanese or Chinese, maybe say 42. Yes, you are right, it's 42. And we have Tuku says for says option is yes, it's option A, you are right. Now the question is, I explain this question for you, so it will be easy for you to write the answer. It says I am a two-digit number. There are two-digit numbers. The sum of the digit is 10. So there are two digits whose sum is 10. For example, we may have two digits 8 and 2. The sum of these two digits is 10. So this is the first condition, that if we add them, the answer must be 10. The second is, if you reverse my digits, the new number is 18 more than the original number. So now if we carry the example of 8 and 2, so 2 and 8, 28, and if we reverse the numbers, it becomes 82. But the difference between 28 and 82 is not 18, it's more than 18. So the question is to find out that number whose sum is equal to 10 and whose difference will be 18 if they are reversed. This is a question. Sunrise Virtue says hi, what's from on? uh, Bro, I can't understand what you are asking. we have one friend whose name is K. K says it's 46. K, if you are there, brother, can you please tell how you have reached 46 so that other people can also learn from your answer, from your explanation? Sunrise, where you from, brother? Which country do you live in? Are you from Japan? Your answer is correct. Actually, it's 4 plus 6 is equal to 10. And if we reverse the two numbers, the 46 becomes 64, and the difference and 64, that is new number, is 18 more than the first number, that is 46. So your answer is correct. Now let's move on to our next math puzzle. It's actually a puzzle. Shan says, if not 18, I am lost. 18. Because the number would be the same, reversed right. Would be the same. No, the question was simple. question was simple. It was it required it was asking that the number, if reversed, increased by 18. So 4 6, when we reverse these numbers, it becomes 64, and the difference between 64 and 46 is 18. Shan, now let's answer this question, which is in front of your mobile screen. I suppose you are watching it from your mobile. Emma Prati Beads says the answer is 31. Emma, are you here with us or have you left the conversation? No, I think Emma has left the conversation. So, what's the answer, Shan, here? Yes, you're right, Shan. It's the one way to reach 31. Now, let's have an MCQ multiple choice question relating to some basics of investment. Shan right away saying 3. So you think that the savings account is the low risk investment. Look, add different I try to add the questions from different subjects to give multiple taste to the people so that they can learn new thing. If you are not interested in investment subject or you don't know enough about a new subject, so here is a chance for you to learn. Shan Veze says stocks too, depending on how much you are putting in. No, Shan, I think the stocks are not that low risk as a savings account because you never know, no matter how good some stocks of some company, a sudden event can cause the prices of the stocks to go down. So it's not as safe as the savings account. Yeah, 3 is the correct answer. Now let's answer this second question about investment area. What what is the purpose of diversification in investing? So let me define the word diversification here for those who are new to the investment subject. Diversification simply means multiple multiple areas, multiple avenues. In specific to investment, if you diversify, you choose to invest in more than one investment opportunities. For example, you buy some stocks of a company, you put some of your money into bank saving account, you purchase some cryptocurrency and you invest in any mutual fund, there may be some risk. So you are investing in different sources, you are investing in multiple sources. It is called diversification. Now the question requires to identify the purpose of diversification. In simple words, why do people diversify while investing? What is the purpose? To increase taxes, that does not make any sense. To avoid inflation, that also does not add to any sense. Number 3 option is reduce risk, and number 4 earn fixed return. Now there is no fixed return on, you can say, if you purchase the stocks of a company, there may not be some fixed return. So Shan Weze has come with option 3 again. The purpose of diversification in investing is to reduce risk. That's the correct answer. As an investor, you don't depend on a single investment opportunity. You try to invest in 3 to 4 or 3 to 5 multiple sources, different sources. So if you incur loss in any of the options, let's say you incur loss on your stocks, you might earn some extra profit on your mutual funds, so that the overall gain from multiple sources of investment is favorable for you. So it is the purpose of diversification to reduce the risk of loss. And we have another person interested in investment is Eon Gamer 5. Eon Gamer 5 is not sure about the answer, but he or she feels that it is the closest one. And I congratulate you, have chosen the correct answer. I once again request to all of you to like this live session and subscribe to my channel, so that in future you can get notification whenever I upload my video or I come up with my live session. Please remember, I only do educational kind of videos and live sessions, mainly around math puzzles, accounting, investment related subjects. So it is very helpful for you if you want to learn something out of these live sessions which you encounter when you scroll down your screen. I think we have one of the best live streams in which there is no distraction whatsoever. There is no waste of time, there is no waste of your money. So you do subscribe my channel. Shan says, if you take a loss, it would not be the end of everything, as if you did not diversify. As far as I understand from your sentence, Shan, you want to say if you have invested in only one option and you incur a loss, so you don't take it as an end of life. That's true, brother. That's true too. But this is the another side of the incurring losses in life. If, as a real investor, you go to invest in something, you always prefer diversification. That's the golden rule of the investment study. Now, this is the MCQ on some basic topics from the investment related area, and this is probably the last question of this live session. We have already gone beyond 2 hours. If you look at the question, it is some kind of math questions. If you can look at it carefully, the question says it is basically based on the concept of return on investment. What does it mean that if as an investor you have invested your money in some investment opportunity, what you get from that investment opportunity in the form of percentages? So let's suppose if you have invested 1000 US dollars in some stocks of a public limited company, then what would be your return on that investment? What would you get from that investment? That is expressed in terms of percentages. So this simple question, I think this is the first ever question. If you start learning this area of investment, this would be the first question that the teachers teach there. They start with this question, and it is if you invest 100 US dollars and earn 120 US dollar back, what is the return on investment? You need to remember that ROI is the abbreviation of return on investment. So this is the simplest question of this area. You need to calculate the rate of return out of the four. Please don't confuse with the option B and C. It is a mistake. There are three options: 10%, 20%, or 50%. So you think about it, you write the answer in the chat box. If you don't know the answer, if you don't come up the answer quickly, if I when I end this live session, it will be converted to a video which will be posted on my YouTube channel. You can go there, rewatch this video, and answer the question in the comment section there. So let's try this question. This is the last one of today's live. I will give you some minutes. Shan says B because you only made $20. Yes, Shan, you are right, brother. That's the point in the question, that you have earned $20 by investing $100. So what you have earned? You have earned 20 US dollars on 100 US dollars. So if we express this in percentage, it comes up with 20%, and we say it that 20% is our rate on investment, ROI. So this is an indication that if we invest $100 and we get back 120, so we have earned 20%. The purpose of putting up these simple investment related 2 or 3 questions is to add up some flavor to my life, along with math, puzzles, and I encourage all of you who are currently watching this live session to try to take interest, to try to increase interest in the investment related study material through my live session or through the internet, Google or YouTube or chat GPT or any other AI tool, because in my experience the investment is the area for earning good money, for earning good and safe and clean money. But before making investment decision, you need to have some sort of knowledge of this field. So I again advise you to try to develop interest in investment related studies. Now let's back to our question. Shan says can't be 10 because that's 10% and 50% would mean you made $50. Yeah, you are right, Shan. We have Marjana Dolhar, if I have pronounced correctly, saying 20%. Yes, you're right, sir. And sir or madam, I can't tell you here, but your answer is correct. That's the important thing, that you have answered the correct answer, correct one. Marjana Dolhar, have I pronounced you correctly, madam? I think Marjana has left the conversation, but the answer is correct. It's 20%. Now let's close this live session, dear friend. It has passed beyond 2 hours. I hope you have all learned something valuable from this live session. If you have learned something new or if you have refreshed your some concept, then please write in the comment section after this video, after this live session is closed. If you want to add something, you can also comment there. If you want to tell us something new related to your profession, whether you are an accountant, you are an engineer, or you are an IT expert, whatever, if you are working in AI area, whatever you are, and if you want to add something, you want to teach us something, a new thing, you can write it in the comment section. So let's close this live for today. Hope to see you in my next live session, which is most probably scheduled on Monday evening. Thanks, Shanveze. Thanks for staying with me. I think you have stayed here all along for more than 2 hours. I suppose you are great, Shan. You are good guy. Have a great day, my dear friend.